Capitol Hill, where conservative Democrats are pushing the president to really hit the brakes on future spending. They say the president's plan to freeze spending in the new budget, it's just not enough. Joining me now is one of them, New Jersey Congressman John Adler. So I don't mean to be sarcastic, but you're from New Jersey, you're a Democrat, and you're saying you want to freeze more spending. Now, we're not used to hearing things like that from Democrats in New Jersey. Forgive the sarcasm, but what exactly do you want to freeze on top of what the president already wants to freeze?
Well, obviously, Stuart, we have to make sure our national security is kept utmost in our minds. But having said that, other items should be on the table for serious cuts. As you heard talking to Dave a moment ago, we're spending money we don't have. So my 4 kids are going to be paying for the debt that I and my generation have incurred around the country, every state around the country, in the great United States of America. So we've got to actually start ratcheting back spending. A freeze is just a starting point for real discussions about where we can cut to bring down spending so we can afford to stay in this great country of ours and make it great and greater and greater.
What kind of support is there for that position within the Democrat Party? Because we're not used to hearing serious spending cuts coming from Democrats. And again, forgive the sarcasm, but you know, we're not really used to hearing it from your side of the aisle.
Oh, I hear that. I understand your side of the aisle comment. I think more and more Americans of both political parties recognize that we are spending and have throughout this decade spent money we don't have. You can justify in miniature each of the spending items, but in the long term, we've got to actually cut back some of these items that seem like nice ideas that we just can't afford. And so across the board, we've got to look at spending cuts to make America affordable for Americans.
Have you been listening to Scott Brown? Is that the message that you're taking away from the Massachusetts election?
Well, I was listening to voters in my district as taxpayers who are frustrated, as business owners who have been struggling. I've been voting for the last year since I first began my time in Congress. A great privilege to be there. But I see people of both parties not looking at the long-term consequences of what they've been doing for a number of years. And so I'm one of people of both parties saying let's slow down the spending to make sure we deal with debts and deficit and not bankrupt the future.
Congressman John Adler, thanks very much for joining us, sir. We do appreciate it.
Thanks, Stuart.
He pushed the Fed to help a